Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, wrestling recap show, Monday Night Raw edition. We are your hosts, Kyle Tyson, and of course, Katie, Bebe. I'll do the finger guns. Katie, I'm very tired. Sorry. This morning, I think Katie and I both just woke up.
Yep.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, I normally have like a Red Bull or something down. I'm struggling to get through this day-old Starbucks from yesterday.
Oh,
I left it in my fridge for this morning, okay? But it does taste like ass. Hey, you guys. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the show, we are a wrestling recap show. We cover WWE and AEW, and then other shows if they create enough buzz. Like we might cover Impact, but from what I hear, Impact tonight is just going to feature a like pre-tape segment. Like Impact was already taped ahead of time, so from what I gather, they're just going to shoe in like an interview segment, and that will be the only thing that relates back to AEW. So I'm gonna tune in and watch it, but chances are we'll just include it on the AEW recap. I don't think we'll have to do the whole Impact show.
so I'll have to include it in the okay.
We'll just what it was. You'll have to include it, Katie. I'm just
What is this? What is this? We? You mean me?
You can always watch the show live on twitch.tv/porting you over. Of course, we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on the show, youtube.com/smackdrawpodcast, and pretty much everywhere else the audio version can be found. On top of that, at some point we'll be back on wrestlingnewsworld.com. We get little rumblings from D-Rod. Apparently, there's like an inner struggle, civil war going on in Wrestling News World management or something.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what's going on.
We just recap. I don't know.
Yeah, we just talk about wrestling, and our show gets put on various places. However, one place that we would like you to visit is our Patreon, patreon.com/smackdrawpodcast. You can go ahead, get some t-shirts, stickers, other various rewards and prizes for supporting the show. We're very grateful for everyone that does continue to support us. So please join Patreon. Head over there and become one of our patrons. It's a good sales pitch, right? Stickers.
Beautiful.
Stickers. You had me at stickers, Kyle. Actually, I gotta send some stuff out to D-Rod, who won the first season of our pay-per-view predictions. We ran it through 4 pay-per-views. He was the overall winner. Gotta send him some stuff. And season 2 just started with War Games. Let me hear your War Games. Come on, Katie.
It's too. If I'm not doing it for the freaking takeover recap, I'm not doing it at 10 a.m.
Come on, Katie. It's 10 in the morning. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
War Games.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, I know. No one's home, so I'm free to do it.
Did you see the video of all of the superstars doing it?
Yes. Yeah, and then Regal did it at the end. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that they're in on the joke.
It's great.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not saying it.
No.
No.
Did you see I think it was like a TikTok or something Regal did where he teased and he's like, everyone wants to hear me say it and all that, and then he leads up to, and then the payoff is just, instead of him saying War Games, he's like, you never see 2 beautiful best friends. Or something.
I never seen 2 pretty best friends.
Yeah. Oh, fucking weird.
Ridiculous.
But we did the prediction stuff for War Games, about 20 of us. Some of the surprising results, D-Rod, his favorite show, NXT, I think D-Rod only got like 2 right.
I think he only got 2.
Yeah, man. What's up, D-Rod? Another surprising one, HR Jessica, who barely watches wrestling, tied in second place with 4. I think she's in like a 4-way tie for second place.
I think it's me, her, Bama, and someone else.
Yeah. And then the majority of the Putting You Over crew, Streamer, Vanessa, Roadshow, um, these guys all only with like 1 apiece. Uh, I'm trying to look up the list here. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, yeah. Vanessa, Roadshow, and Streamer all, obviously Vanessa and Streamer host Putting You Over, where they cover wrestling as frequently as we do.
Yep.
Only got 1 point apiece. Roadshow, who's a regular on the show, he only got 1 piece or 1 point. The Get Show podcast got 0. They got 0. But I will say there is a caveat. Uh, I don't know what happened. I messaged them. They only predicted what, because War Games had what? Was it 5 matches? Yeah, because
Yeah,
you had the 2
5.
War Games matches and then 3 other matches.
Mhm.
They only predicted 4 of the matches. They didn't give me a prediction for the strap match, and they didn't give me any of the bonus point predictions. And I reached out to them. I was like, "Hey, you still left these open," but they never got back to me. But out of the 4 that they guessed, they got them all wrong.
Damn. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
I blame Kevin RN for me not getting a perfect score.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, Io Shirai's on the team. There's no way she'll lose. She's the one who ate the fucking pin. And I'm like, it's their fault. I blame them. Well, they didn't even do the recap, so I can blame them however much I want.
Yeah, man. Screw those guys.
I was very irritated.
So, in an effort to get us ready to be monetized, I'm trying to cut back on the cussing.
I have been, but then I do a show with RN, and it's
RN,
game over.
yes. RN is... He's, and the thing is he's a team player. All you have to do is tell him we're not cussing. You know what I mean? And he'll be, all right, I got you, boss.
Yeah.
I forgot to include him on the heads up.
Yeah, I need that button Streamer head.
Oh, yeah, how he was bleeping. He was going crazy with that. Yeah, that's hard to do. I mean, you can bleep yourself. It's going to be hard to bleep other people.
Nah, I don't think I'd be able to bleep myself. No, I think I could.
You probably could. You just consciously know, all right, I'm definitely dropping a big F-bomb right here.
Yeah.
Ready. Oh, man. Speaking of being ready, Secret Santa. We got the official Smack Raw 2020 Secret Santa going. I know who got you, Katie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know who picked you, and then I know who was like in my pool of people. That was like I think like Vince, RN, Baby J, and Jess. I know who picked all those people.
Yeah, I also know who picked Baby J.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They tell you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have to get info. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll try my best.
Try it, right? Infiltration. Do you send the gift as anonymous, or do you reveal it was you? Because it's going to be difficult, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, you can either, like, order it somewhere and just have it sent to the person, or you can have it shipped to yourself and then ship it to the person.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never done Secret Santa before. And
I've never done Secret Santa with people in different states.
Yeah. And I was really, honestly, I was like half drunk when I came up with the idea. I was like, guys, you know what'd be really cool? Woke up the next day.
We're all down, though.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. All right, let's talk about Raw. So this Raw, what is it? So we're about a week from Sunday away from Hell in a Cell. We're starting
TLC.
to get. God damn it, man! Why can't I get pay-per-views right? I can't get shit right.
Survivor Slam.
Survivor Slam.
Still the best one.
Oh man, yeah. We're a week from Sunday away from TLC, and
TLC.
I don't know. The matches are shaping up finally. I mean, the word is that they're super behind because they're moving the Thunderdome to their new location, which should debut Friday. The new Thunderdome.
At a Tropicana Field or whatever.
Yeah. What
It looks cool.
word has it like the biggest thing that they're like struggling with is the audio because it's
I believe it.
so open and empty. Like apparently just the audio is jacked up, but I look forward to seeing it.
It'll be cool.
Yeah. Trying to think. I- Got some cool stuff with uh uh Bray Wyatt this week. Got him in some cool shit. I guess I'm cussing. Um, Alexa Bliss oddly absent. What's up with that? Where's Alexa Bliss at?
I don't know. I mean, Bray said it, during the little Firefly Funhouse, that Randy scared her so bad last week that she just wasn't there this week, which I don't know.
I bet he's got her locked in a cage, like Silence of the Lambs style, like
Jesus.
tossed out a realm. Yeah, that's
Oh
exactly what happened.
God. It's like such a turn.
You think we're gonna get like we've gotten the full character reveal of Alexa Bliss, right? Between because she does like the jean overalls. That's her innocent persona, kid show persona, and then we've
Hmm.
gotten the fiendish side, which what was she like cosplayed essentially just as like Chucky or something, right?
I think so. I don't know if we've gotten like a full like fiend character yet.
She
But the
needs a
innocent
mask. She needs the fiend, like a version of the fiend mask.
they're not gonna put a mask on her.
She's too pretty.
She's beautiful.
She's too pretty to put a mask on. I don't know, man. I mean, it's not like she has to wear it all the time.
She could just like wear it for an entrance and then
Yeah.
do a match.
Yo, what if they make her own severed head?
I
Oh,
don't like that severed head.
yeah, like dude, like you get like the NXT Alexa Bliss with like the straight hair, like the sparkle splash Alexa Bliss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a bit of a reach, but I don't know how many people would be in on that as they were with Bray Wyatt's like persona changes. Uh, what else we get during the night? We got, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, as little of a segment as it was, some hilarity between Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Jesus Christ.
Nia Jax pumping up Shayna Baszler. Dude, they both deserve Emmys for not busting out laughing. Like last night was live, right? It
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how neither of them busted out laughing. That was some of the funniest stuff. Nia Jax trying to pump up Shayna Baszler, and then the joke at the end was so dumb, but I laughed my ass off. Shayna Baszler looking at Nia saying, "When we're done with Lana, her front's gonna look like her back, and her back's gonna look like her front." And Nia's like, "Yeah, she's gonna have boobs on her back." I was like, "What the fuck,
I was like, this is awful.
dude?" It was so terrible. It was
It
great.
was bad.
I loved it. I hope it's a reoccurring theme of Nia Jax just like being a super cringy like hype woman for Shayna. It was terrific.
Of course you like that.
Yeah. Yo, CBS Sports has Bobby Lashley defeats Matt Hardy via submission. Um,
That's not what happened. I didn't know there was a cross brand thing happening, cross promotion.
oh shoot, CBS, get your stuff together, man. Um, so how'd you feel about Asuka and Shayna giving away that match? Apparently, it's first time they ever faced off.
I mean, if thinking about it is the first time they faced off, I definitely like the match was good, but like with Lana and Nia on the outside, it was just a distraction from a fantastic match. Or like an even better match that could have happened. I just don't like Asuka in the tag team picture, anyways.
Yeah, nobody does. I can't even remember. Has Asuka even defended the belt since she took it from Sasha Banks?
Um, and there's like that impromptu match with Lana, but that got like Nia and Shayna interrupted that. I think she's defended it twice, maybe both of which were by Lana, because Lana won like that battle royal.
That's right. Yeah, and Lana lost within like a matter of a couple minutes, and then she got the other match recently, and then yeah, and that's kind of what forged their bond was when it got interrupted, and that's what kicked off their tag team. So yeah, both title defenses for Lana. So just serving not even actual Asuka's title reign, but to fuel for the Lana and Shayna and Nia story. So yeah, that title picture really has been irrelevant since she won it.
Yeah. And like I've said it, I said it, I don't even remember when I said it. I did so many podcasts last week. They're all just one. Um, I don't think at TLC Asuka and Lana should win. Like I'm kind of over double champions right now because they overplayed their hand a lot like these past 2 years.
Yeah, no, it's lost a lot of its shine.
Yeah.
The double champs. Here's the issue: is where did those tag team titles go? You don't have any women tag teams on Raw outside of this now impromptu tag team with Lana and Asuka. They're not building any female tag teams. They're teasing one for SmackDown with Peyton Royce, or no, excuse me, Billy Kay,
Hmm.
where Billy Kay is going to have a surprise tag team partner when they take on the Riot Squad. The Riot
Hmm.
Squad being a tag team, but they were, I think, the first people defeated by Nia Jackson and Shayna Baszler. Um, there's really no like they've dissolved any credible tag teams, and they haven't. And anybody that is a tag team, like the ridiculousness of Peyton Royce and Lacey
Lacey
Evans,
Evans.
yeah, they're not doing anything. They're they're not even referencing it. They're just they appear together in battle royals, and people call them a tag team. So that's the weird thing right now is those belts are more or less just props. They're not
Yeah.
they're nothing really more. There's no meaning behind them uh, at this point. So yeah, and it's weird because the women's main event scene on Raw essentially is Asuka, Shayna, and Nia. So it's like they're booked into a corner. Like you can't do
Hmm.
anything. Like you can't literally just can't do anything.
Nope.
I'm going to be shocked. Like I'm going to be really surprised to see what happens with those belts after this whole story is over. Like where the hell they go.
They might honestly just end up dropping the belts because they haven't done anything with them.
It's a
Because
shame too, man.
yeah, and you put them on two of the most dominant women in your company, and like, yeah, Lana's gotten a few roll ups on them, but Asuka's her teammate, and Asuka does 90% of the work. It, they book themselves in the corner, plain and simple.
Yeah. And you have such an
Awful.
easy story to tell too. You literally there could be so much beneficial, so much to benefit with Nia and Shayna as the tag champs because they're two monsters. You could start to see all of these tag teams forming and bonding and building these other women up to finally
Hmm.
someone can topple them. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I honestly don't think Asuka and Lana are gonna win. I
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It would be really weird one day. Just like I don't even know how they would drop the belts. Like just drop the titles. Just like all of a sudden they don't carry them anymore, or it'd be
They
weird.
lost
Like
them
how
somewhere.
would you write off a belt?
I don't know.
Normally they consolidate a belt. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like when they did away with the European title, they just merged it with the Intercontinental. But this you can't merge these belts with anything. So
Yeah, these are just the women's tag team titles. Like it'd be different if it was just like the Raw or the SmackDown. No, it's just overall women tag teams.
yeah,
And yet you just have your champs stay on Raw. They don't go to SmackDown, they don't go to NXT. They don't go anywhere.
yeah.
So what's the point?
I have no idea. It's so intriguing. I could do like a whole show based on like how would we, um, like theoretically, what would we do to get out of this? But anyways, let's go ahead and kick off the show. The show started with Randy Orton, right?
Yep.
cutting his promo. Uh, he's going to face off against Bray Wyatt at TLC. Um,
Well, against the Fiend at TLC.
yeah. They didn't announce what kind of match that's going to be.
Mm-mm.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, they haven't announced a lot.
Hmm.
Like, we know that, like, AJ and Drew is a TLC match. But I don't know what this could be.
With these only two matches in my mind make sense. Hell in the Cell
Hmm.
or actually three matches. Hell in a Cell, Firefly Funhouse match. Do that again. Or, as ridiculous as this is going to sound, uh, have a match and Alexa Bliss is in the shark cage.
Oh God.
I know. Oh, listen now. Listen, I know it's stupid.
I was waiting for the shark cage. I thought that's what you were gonna say earlier.
Yeah. I mean, right now she's in the Fiend's well. Okay. Um, and essentially the whole thing is she's the weakness, and the only way the Bray Wyatt or the Fiend is going to keep her kayfabe wise out of Randy's grasp, put her in a cage and suspend her above the ring. Although very easily could just be like, hey, stay home. I have a match. Just stay home, be
Yeah.
safe. But no,
No.
no. WWE logic is you put him in a cage, you just suspend him over the ring, and that's how you keep a person safe. Um,
But like, how safe are they really in that shark cage?
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't it like Big Show versus Big Cass and Enzo Amore was in the friggin' shark cage? Do you remember this?
Yeah, and he could fit through the bars.
Yeah.
So obviously, so could Alexa. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. Alexa Bliss in a shark cage. That's my prediction for TLC.
Not gonna be Alexa Bliss in a shark cage. If it is, I will pay you, but it's not gonna be.
What happened after the segment? Because that was pretty much it, right? It just set up the
Yeah.
main event because Bray Wyatt appeared from the Firefly Funhouse, and uh, essentially Randy Orton cut him off during his standard promo and said, "I want a match tonight with Bray Wyatt." And he accepted. Oh, they did a whole game show segment. That's right. Essentially, it was The Price is Right, uh, and they were playing. The puppets were for the Crucix and the rotting corpse of the Friendship Frog.
I was just like, oh my God. I didn't expect to see Friendship Frog again, let alone his carcass.
Oh man.
Uh,
Um,
it was weird.
it was pretty weird, but it is what it is. Yeah, and they set up the main event of the night: Bray Wyatt versus Randy
Yeah.
Orton.
Next was the Asuka and Shayna match.
That really was okay.
Yeah.
Damn, CBS got this stuff like all out of order, man. Get your stuff together. There we go. I'm with it now. Um, yeah, this match on paper, is pay-per-view caliber, you know.
Hmm.
But it just served as a standard match to further the feud heading into TLC, uh, and which it was announced. I think what prior to this or after this, it was announced that tag team championships are gonna be on the line at TLC.
I think it was after
Yeah.
this.
All I know is the best part is I said it earlier is Nia Jax backstage with Shayna Baszler, hyping her up, talking about all the nasty things that she's gonna do to Asuka and how dangerous she is, and she's like, "Don't even get me started on Lana." And then they start going off uh, sexually. How what the fuck? It was so weird, but it was fantastic, man. I loved it. And then, like I said, it culminated to Shayna Baszler is like, yeah, when we're done with her front's gonna look like her back, and her back is gonna look like her front. And just Nia Jax deadpanning like, yeah, she's gonna have boobs on her back.
Which, how do you even, like, who's writing this?
Yeah, exactly. That was definitely someone's writing, but Jesus. Like I said, the fact that the whole time Nia was hyping up Shayna, that Shayna was able to stay in character was just astounding to me because it was hilarious. Like Nia Jax's delivery was funny as hell, man. Oh my god.
It was
Um, I
ridiculous.
was rolling laughing because Shayna Baszler's music hits right afterwards, and God knows, man, that junk was hilarious, man.
It was absurd.
During the match, I think the most surprising stuff was the interaction between Lana and Nia Jax, because at one point, I think Asuka's getting the upper hand, and Nia just starts attacking Lana on the outside.
Hmm.
Lana does the classic um, small person versus big person. She's being carried by Nia Jax, and she shoves off Nia into the stairs. Nia's staggered. Lana jumps off the stairs, but is caught in like a power bomb position, about to go through the announce table again, and like utterly shocked me. She turned into a Hurricanrana, sent Nia Jax
Hmm.
into the table. Shayna Baszler at this point fully distracted. She gets rolled up by Asuka 2 weeks in a row now. I think two. Yeah, not three, but two. Either way, no, 3 weeks. 3 weeks in a row now. The
Yeah.
combination of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler have been pinned by Lana and Asuka. And
Yeah.
I loved it though. Like I said, I loved it. It was lighthearted. It's a downer that potentially Shayna Baszler and Asuka is going to be an awesome match, but we knew that wasn't the purpose of this segment. So I accepted it for what it was. And between the opening, as hilarious as it was, and then Lana slowly getting one upping um, Nia and Shayna. They're building like we say a lot about having bad storytelling. They are doing a very steady job building Lana up to be a baby face without being ridiculous. Like no one believes Lana is going to straight up start like tearing through the women's division, but they are
Yeah.
building a likable character for her. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
anything you would like to add about it?
No. You basically said everything.
There was a segment afterwards. Oh yeah, later in the night, it's announced that Lana's going to take on Nia Jax. Yo, once again, another segment where Nia kills it hilariously because Lana's backstage. I mean, because it all ties together.
Hmm.
Lana's backstage, and it's announced that next week she has a singles match against Nia, which this is where it all started, I believe, with Lana going through the announce tables.
Hmm.
And Asuka, like Lana's obviously freaking out, and Asuka starts like prepping her up, like repeat after me, like I will beat Nia Jax, I am great, and just starts giving her like the uh, some some self help, believe in yourself. And
Yeah.
as Lana psychs herself up, uh, Asuka disappears out of frame, and Nia Jax appears behind Lana, and Nia is just staring at her, shaking her head, like no. But the look on her face and how long they pan to Nia, once again, I don't know if it's unintentional comedy, hilarious though. Like I love laughing with Nia Jax. I think that's my favorite part of Nia is she makes me laugh and then she injures
That's a
people.
segment itself. Love laughing with Nia
I
Jax. There
love
you go.
laughing. Oh man, what we get next was the retribution burial next, or what was up next?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. It was a reckoning Mia Yim. It's Mia Yim. She lost her mask last week. It's Mia Yim. I don't care. And Slapjack taking on Ricochet and Dana Brooke, which I actually like that teaming of Ricochet and Dana.
yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad.
Did you
I like mixed tag team stuff. I've always been a fan of that kind of stuff.
before the match? What'd you think? Because it was an ongoing segment of Matt Riddle like doing his stoner pitches,
His bro nuts.
his bro nuts.
I can't. I can't with him. He's just right before everyone has a match, he's just popping up. He's like, "Hey, do you want a bro nut? Or have you seen MVP?" Like, Or like right before everyone's getting ready for their matches. I, bro, wrong
Oh
place,
man,
wrong time.
yes. But I'm sorry. Go on with the tag match.
Oh, it's fine. I was just gonna skip the Bronuts thing, but you brought it up, so
Well, it was an ongoing theme, and that's what kind of led to the Bobby Lashley match later on in the night. But
Bobby Lashley with Matt Hardy, you mean?
with Matt Hardy, I know. Get it together, CBS Sports.
Wrong brother.
Yeah,
The last name's right, wrong first name. They don't even look alike
no.
at all, but it's none of my business. I mean, the match itself was short. Like Dana and Mia started, but then like not soon after that, Ricochet gets tagged in, so that means Slapjack has to come in. They have a good back and forth, and Slapjack ends up back in like Retribution's corner, and Mia Yim tags herself in, and Ali's like, "What are you doing?" on the outside. He's all mad because she eats another pin from Dana. That's the second week in a row. You've been building her up as this dominant woman who's taken out the women's division, and she's been beat twice after she debuts by Dana Brooke.
Not only did she get beat, like when she tagged herself in, she struck Dana Brooke, like just struck her, and then ran
Mm-hmm.
the ropes, and then Dana just kind of like John Cena her, just like grab her, did her finish, and that was it. Like, yeah, Mia Yim or Reckoning. Uh, it was really lame.
Not
Just
calling her
like it
Reckoning.
was like it
She
was.
doesn't. She doesn't deserve the name Reckoning now.
She's reckoning the fucking retribution. That's what's going on.
Oh,
Um,
boo.
I'm not proud of that one. I'm not proud of that. No, yeah. Afterwards, Mustafa Ali come like just rage quits. Uh, yeah, Mustafa Ali is either gonna outcast one of his outcasts, uh, in Mia Yim, or he's just gonna rage quit Retribution altogether. Um, I don't
Yeah,
know.
what happens if he outcasts an outcast?
Yeah, does she form her own smaller sub Retribution?
Does she just go back to NXT where
Yeah,
she should have just been the whole time?
yeah. I don't know. I like her on main roster. I don't mind Mia Yim. Like if we get Mia Yim on main roster, but
Yeah, if it's Mia Yim, I'm all for it.
what
But Reckoning's not doing it.
what if this is a ploy to stave Dio Madden and Dijak because he noticed that the last couple weeks they haven't been on screen. What
Hmm.
if they're just using Slapjack and Mia Yim to break up this group and they're keeping Dijak and Dio Madden kind of away from it to kind of let them walk away clean and help preserve whatever momentum they might have. Uh, like Dijak's an easy save. That all you
Yeah,
have to do with him is at some point put him in a match against Keith Lee and
Keith
let him
Lee.
tear it up for 15 to 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Boom, Dijak is restored. Uh, as far as everybody else goes, I don't know. They're all bound for main event, and not
Hmm.
like the main event, like the show main event. Um, all of them.
You hate to
Slap.
see it.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but because let's just say it right here, Mustafa Ali deserves better.
100%.
Yeah, deserves so much better. His character work is crazy good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just a shame. And also, by the way, I think he's the first person since AJ Styles to be like really make you jealous of that hair.
Oh my god, his hair is so pretty.
It's like a horse's mane. Jesus.
It really is. It looks so soft.
Yo, as a balding man, I am super jealous. Uh, oh, that's so bad. Anyways, uh, was it Kofi and Shelton next, or what am I looking at here?
It was Ms. TV.
Oh yeah, because they're teasing. Uh, they there's Loyalty J in the chat with murder.
Oh, there he is,
There it
Baby
is,
J.
Baby J. That's right. So You have to fill me in. What did I miss with Miz TV? Because I I thought this was they were still in pursuit of Miz cashing in, and I feel like they pulled back off of that a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, now it just seems like um they're just pushing the narrative that AJ is gonna do whatever he can to beat Drew, but they're basically ignoring the fact that Miz is kind of just waiting in the wings with that briefcase.
Yeah, that's a perfect time for Miz to cash in too. Is that TLC?
Mm-hmm.
That's that.
100%.
Yeah, that's a brutal matchup for anybody. I saw a rumor online, which I kind of like. Granted, once again, a stretch. Building this relationship with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to
Mm-hmm.
give Drew something to do away from the title, but that's still entertaining. And then Miz cashes in, gets the belt just so he can hand it off to Keith Lee.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because, yeah, having Keith Lee go over a heel instead of Drew McIntyre, which either way I'd be fine with. But then, but really, what struck to me is the work that they're putting in with Drew and Sheamus, because I honestly think that tag team is entertaining. At that point, I could care less about the belt because of how fun they are together.
Yeah.
And tonight after the tag match or handicap match showed it too. Like I didn't give a damn about Drew's belt. I wanted more Drew and Sheamus. Although their writing was kind of cheesy. It was kind of cheesy, but it was still fun.
Well, that's a theme.
It's a
It just
theory. It's a theory, but
I mean, the writing is cheesy, is
the
what I'm
writing,
saying.
yeah, on Raw was super cheesy all night.
Boobs on her back. I'm gonna
Yes,
reiterate it. That's awful.
that's the level of writing we were working with last night. Oh man.
I can't. I can't.
But yeah, Miz TV. At one point, Miz and Morrison break out their best Drew McIntyre and Sheamus impressions, which were
Go ahead, Kyle. You're the impressions man. Go ahead.
I'm not feeling it today. I'll break it out next week. I'll break it out next week. I'll work on my Sheamus one, okay, for a while. I'll work on that.
All right.
But the Sheamus comes out, um, and essentially after Sheamus's little promo, because they were spinning the narrative that Sheamus is going to turn on Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Uh, However, Sheamus challenges him to a fight. At that point, the numbers are against Sheamus, so out comes Drew, and then from there, AJ Styles playing it like the cowardly heel leaves Miz and Morrison in the ring to get beat up, and then Drew McIntyre chucks Miz's like briefcase
Oh my god. It
60
broke part
yards.
of the screen. Like you could see where he threw it and it like bounces off the stage and it hits the video screen or whatever, and that section's just black.
Yeah.
Like he
It,
broke the screen.
it reminded me when Brock Lesnar had a bad habit of this, where he would just overthrow things. At one point, Brock threw a monitor over the ring and hit a fan, and then Brock also threw a car door into an
Yes.
audience and hit a child.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember the monitor one, but I remember the car one very well.
The monitor was a bad bounce. It wasn't like it just
Mm.
landed, but because they were still using those like block style
Oh,
monitors, and yeah,
oh,
it had a bad bounce and went into the audience.
oof.
Yeah. Oh
That's
man.
awkward.
But yeah, so that was just like I said, setting up the uh, handicap match later in the night with Miz Morrison and AJ Styles taking on Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. That wasn't the match that followed, though, right?
No,
No, no, no, no.
no. Take a guess. I like this game of you trying to guess the order of the show.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it was. Uh, at this point, I'm gonna say Cedric taking on. No, 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 no. Kofi taking on Shelton Benjamin.
You'd be correct. Ding ding
Awesome.
ding.
What the hell is this whole theme now that like Retribution loses a match and then they just goat uh New Day into another one?
You mean Hurt Business?
What did I say? Retribution?
Retribution?
Dude, I'm terrible. Oh
It's all right.
man,
You missed Raw last week. It's okay.
it's okay. Just I am just learning I'm like one of the worst presenters on this show, and
No, you're not. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
yeah, Kofi and Shelton Benjamin, they have a good match.
Mhm.
It's Kofi shows that, and when I watched this, man, I was like, yeah, that is an ex WWE champion. Everybody remember that. Because Kofi and Shelton were good, but Kofi stayed a step ahead, even with MVP and Cedric Alexander on the outside. At one point, the brawl spills on the outside. Benjamin getting back in the ring. As he gets in the ring, Kofi hits him with the Trouble in Paradise and knocks him clean out, wins. Clean, no confusion like double count out or anything. But at this point, Cedric, who's been extra fired up since last week beating Xavier Woods, comes in, is like losing his voice, screaming on the microphone. Goats Kofi Kingston into another match, which, like I said, the New Day just that's been the reoccurring theme. You just taunt him into a match.
Well, Xavier even said, like, while Kofi was limping to the ring, he's like, "You're a better man than me, Kofi. I would have walked away." Which same.
Yeah, and it didn't turn out good for Kofi at that point. Cedric Alexander, he was able to pick up the win after a shorter match, which saw a botch of the SOS. But I mean, it is what it was. He hit the lumbar check, and then they start going. Well, this proves that Hurt Business has to be in line for a tag team title shot. No, this proves Cedric Alexander probably should be going into a singles run because he just beat two guys in singles matches. His tag team partner was not able to pick up a win. And
Mhm.
two, how do you advance in the tag team title scene when you win singles matches?
My argument to that is there are no other tag teams on Raw.
It's a very solid point.
That
All right.
is the only reason we will probably get Hurt Business and New Day at TLC,
Yeah.
which I don't want to see for the fourth time.
Speaking of one last thing on tag teams, did you see that it was a year ago? John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order jobbed to Heavy Machinery.
What?
Yeah, it was a clip on Twitter. It was headlined like what a difference a year makes, and it showed it was Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order jobbed to um, Heavy Machinery when they were trying to build up Heavy Machinery.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my god, I'm gonna have to find that after.
yeah, and it was crazy too because it was Tucker was with all the offense. He was the one just beating their asses, and Otis was just left there to do the comedy spots.
What?
Yeah, it was nuts. I saw that. All you have to do is go to. I think I retweeted it. So if you just go to my feed, you'll see it. But but yeah, I saw that last night. I
Damn.
was like, oh shoot, I didn't even realize.
Love John Silver.
Yeah,
What a
he
gem.
he got he wasn't in John Silver form. I'll tell you that. Him and Alex Reynolds.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't. Dude, I
Did
have
you?
a hard time with Alex Reynolds because if you watch Saturday Night Live, um, all I see when I see Alex Reynolds is Kyle Mooney, who's like was like the awkward uh, Saturday Night Live um, cast member. It was and like I just have a hard time. But I'll give the guy his due. He's phenomenal in the ring when he's not laid unconscious for a minute straight.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ugh. We're not gonna talk about that. Oh my god, that's crazy. I found it.
You found it.
Oh my, I can't even watch them get squashed. That breaks my heart. I'm so happy they're not there anymore. Oh man, that was awful.
That's your BTE champion, damn it. Unless
Damn
something
it, that's your
happened
BT champion.
unless something happened this week. I still have to watch Being the Elite after I get off the show
No,
with you.
he's still champ.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. So let's see here. What followed the whole Hurt Business New Day shit?
It was the handicap match.
Finally, we're at the handicap match. Okay.
Yes.
CBS
Which
Sports.
I honestly thought was gonna be the main event. I didn't expect Bray and Randy.
I had completely forgot about the Bray and Randy match.
So did I.
Like I was like, damn, there's like 20 minutes left. Like, what is up next? And then once I was like, oh yeah, they did do that match.
That
Um,
is the thing.
no, the AJ Styles, The Miz, and John Morrison, they were able to pick up the win in the handicap match because it was solid the whole way through. But the story, which going into the match, Keith Lee, who is like our TMZ wrestling reporter, Baby J. Um, I love the fact that like all the wrestling stuff that he brings to us is like the wrestling gossip stuff. So he's like, "Oh, Becky Lynch had her baby today," which, by the way, I'm honoring. I'm wearing the man shirt. Congrats, Becky
Uh,
Lynch.
I
And
don't know where my man shirt is. I should have worn mine too. No, I'm
yeah,
too cold. I'm wearing my hoodie.
uh, and then he asks us last night. He says, "Is Keith Lee just a messenger now?" I don't think so. I think he's supposed to be like the heart and maybe the locker room leader, or at least the heart of the
Maybe.
locker room, because that's kind of what his message is on behalf. Like, hey, look, on behalf of the locker room, you turn on Sheamus or you turn on Drew McIntyre. He's the one who's going to be confronting you, which there are other people I'd like to be confronted by before Keith Lee.
He's the very bottom of that
The
list.
dude will powerbomb me to the center of the earth and then do like a fucking Spanish fly or something. Dude's crazy agile. Anyways, uh, so that was kind of the thing: is Sheamus going to turn on Drew? Like, no, it ain't happening. Sheamus accidentally bro kicks uh, Drew McIntyre. Then I believe it is Sheamus who eats a phenomenal forearm, right?
Yes.
And then eats the loss for his team. Backstage, though, is where the real story happens. I loved it. Sheamus is backstage. Charlie Caruso, right? It was Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Confronts him, said, "Hey, Sheamus, was that intentional?" He says, "Look, wasn't intentional, but I know what's about to happen. Drew McIntyre's about to walk through there and want to beat my ass." And Drew finally does come in frame. Charlie beefs it. Like she
She
is
said, "Gotta go."
Jesus, like two titans. Um, Drew McIntyre faces off with Sheamus, and it's like, you know what happens next. And they get this stare down, and I'm like, dude, the tension was palpable. And then they cut to commercial. I was like, what the
Yep.
fuck?
I was
They
like,
come,
"Really?
yeah,
Now your commercial breaks?"
they come back. Oh, by the way, that table was so well in shot. You knew something was happening with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
come back from commercial. They are just beating the piss out of each other. And then, oh God, what's his name?
Pat Buck.
Pat Buck.
I wrote it down. There was no way I was gonna remember that.
Also, by the way, Pat Buck in a fantastic suit. All right, R.I.P. suit. Um, tries to separate Drew and Sheamus, which at that point they take their anger for each other and turn it on Pat, beat the living crap out of this guy, and put him through the table. And then Sheamus tells Drew, "Pint." He says, "Pint," and Sheamus says, "Good, you're buying." And they walk off. Dude, it's going to be the Bar 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Like the chemistry Sheamus had with Cesaro, I think is going to be even better with Drew McIntyre. Run with this tag team.
I
Like,
mean, they were a tag team before either of them got to WWE,
do it. Like, it
so
was so good.
100% do it.
Here's my one question. And granted, WWE likes to think we have the memories of Goldfish. Remember how Nia Jax laid out Pat Buck and she was suspended?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you suspend Drew and Sheamus at this point? Like, you have to kick him off TV. But Drew has a match at TLC. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, I think commentary said something about it. They were like, "Oh, they just put their hands on an official," which, first of all, okay, you're really gonna suspend Drew? I seriously doubt it. I mean, Adam Pearce did like ban Braun. Braun's been gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
where was Adam Pearce tonight?
I think he came to check on Pat Buck after he went through the table.
Okay, I must have missed that.
I think, I don't know. It kind of looked like him, but I very well could be wrong.
Oh man. But yeah, he put his hands on a producer because Pat Buck is kind of like the number two to Adam Pearce.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I don't
I
know.
mean, you could do like, well, we're not gonna suspend Drew because of TLC, but we can't suspend Sheamus.
Sheamus. Now I say they just rip off AEW. I think you just have Sheamus and Drew show up with like 5 grand in cash and just like throw it
Nice.
at an injured Pat Buck and and let the internet just go crazy. Uh,
I'd be all right with that, honestly.
I'd be cool with it. Like, here's your fine, going back to work. Um, the did you hear the rumor that Billy Kay might be becoming the unofficial or official GM of SmackDown?
No shit.
That
Are
might
you
be
kidding?
where this resume stuff is going.
Oh
Um,
my! Give it to me now.
yeah, dude. Um, yeah, no, like so. I guess there was something going on with her running around with that resume, and I want to say there was some like Twitter back and forth of I think Adam Pierce going, "Hey, let me take a look at that,"
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what kind of sparked it. Was Adam Pierce acknowledged Billy Kay looking for a position, so that might keep Adam Pierce on Raw, and then let Billy Kay start doing some of that, which that would put Billy Kay in at least like 2 to 3 comedy spots a night on
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown. Yeah, do it. I would be all
Please do
for
it.
that. Yeah, and that way you also like keep her prestige without having her job to the women's division. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Um, okay, so after this would be the main event, right? No, no, no. Bobby
Mm.
Lashley defeating Matt Hardy. CBS. So before the match, uh, Matt Riddle. I love. So I think Matt Riddle broke Jeff. I think Jeff is the one who broke character tonight
He
because
did.
Matt Riddle, he just could not take Matt Riddle's goofiness, trying to convince Jeff Hardy that they should be like a tag team or some sort of union. He's talking about. You remember he even flubbed his line.
Yep.
He was like, we're the Hardy Bros. I mean, you remember how you and your brother were the Hardy Brothers, and then he comes back to the line. He's like, we could be the Hardy Bros. And Jeff the whole time was like, cool, man. I got a match. All right. And Riddle would be like, hold on, hold on, hold on. He's like, you have the poetry emotion. I could have broetry emotion. And at that point, Jeff Hardy, still kind of laughing, his music hits, and then he's like, "I gotta go, man," and he's chuckling the whole time. Goes through the curtain, and at that point, Matt Riddle, excuse me, says, "You didn't even have a bro nut." And he's like, "Oh well, more for me," and he like eats it, and it's just the total stoner, dumb stoner humor. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it was. The moment I saw him and Jeff interacting, another team, I was like, there might be something here. And Matt Riddle would uh, prove to come out and be part of that match. Because what you have to admit, Katie, you have to admit, you saw Jeff
Yes.
Hardy taking on Bobby Lashley.
Hmm.
We thought we were going to see a murder. Like, I was like,
I
there's
was
no way you give Jeff Hardy any offense in this match, which they did. I'm not going to lie, they did. But when I saw this lineup, I was like, oh, poor Jeff
oh, poor Jeff
Hardy.
Hardy. I mean, I didn't expect like a total murder. I expected a little bit from Jeff, but I like that they brought up the fact that he wrecked himself last week with that Symphony of Destruction match,
Mhm.
especially after he hit the Swanton. He
Dude,
bounced
that
his
was
head off the steps.
disgusting.
Oh my god, it
Oh
was
my
awful.
god.
Like, and the fact they showed it again, I was like, no, I don't want to see it again. It made me cringe.
Yeah. Um,
Ugh.
but Jeff actually got quite a bit of offense, to the
Hmm.
point where MVP had to hop up on the ring apron to try and be a distraction, and that's what brought out Matt Riddle. Came out, pulled out MVP's feet from under him. They cut to commercial. They come back, and you've got essentially you had MVP and Matt Riddle playing coaches because
Hmm.
they were literally shouting stuff for Jeff and Bobby Lashley to do. MVP shouting at Bobby Lashley like, "Hey man, Jeff's back is hurt, go for his back, and then
Mhm.
Jeff would be in submissions, and Riddle was literally talking him through how to get out of submission holds, like giving him like some MMA coaching. I thought that was pretty
Mhm.
dope.
That
Jeff
was
Hardy,
cool.
yeah, Jeff almost gets it. He's coming out. He does, his poetry in motion, catches his twist of fate. Um, Ultimately, though, it wasn't enough to put Bobby Lashley away. Lashley puts Jeff away with the hurt lock, but in a much more competitive match than I ever thought I would see between Jeff and Bobby Lashley. Afterwards, Matt Riddle comes out to the save. We're definitely getting more Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy, which I'm interested in it. I'm not like over the moon like I am for Sheamus and McIntyre.
Drew.
Yeah, but I'm here for it. I want to see where they go with it. I think that their chemistry will be better than it will be for them by themselves. I'm sure if RN was on the show though, he might have a difference of opinion, but I like it. I like it.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, it gives them something to do. And we get another tag team probably because, like I said before, they don't have tag teams. WWE overall does not have tag teams. No
Oh,
women's tag teams, no men's tag teams besides your champions and the one team that they face constantly. There's nothing.
it's
So
not.
I'm for it.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know what actually struck me on earlier, although I don't know why I hang on to any logic, is in that mixed tag match with Retribution.
Mhm.
Why the hell does Retribution care about any rules? Like,
Oh yeah.
like why do they care about any rules? Their whole thing is they get to do what they want. Their contracts sign them like essentially freedom to do what you want in exchange for not like burning the building down. And they're still like, okay, mixed tag match. All right, I have to get out the ring. Like, granted, I really, really shouldn't pay attention to these things, but can't help it. It's the same way. Like I still go off that a suplex and a blockbuster are the same damn move, yet the opposite person gets hurt. Okay, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Well, anyways,
I understand. Hey
but it
man, well
really
man.
upsets me. No, no, no. I legitimately get upset at
I know.
blockbusters. All you're doing is suplexing yourself. You're putting yourself in the suplex, and now you hurt them. I don't get it. And how does a
I know.
suplex not turn into a blockbuster? I
I don't
don't.
know.
I don't know. Like, what are the rules?
There are no rules.
Jesus, campaign for this. Do away with the blockbuster. The blockbuster shouldn't be a thing. And if it is a thing, both guys need to be hurt like a superplex. Off a superplex, both guys hurt. Blockbuster, both guys should be hurt. Which means super suplexes, both guys should be hurt. I don't know, man. All right, it's a vicious cycle in my head. It leads me back, completely breaks my logic. Um,
There is no logic. That's the issue here.
Randy
You're
Orton and
having
Bray
faith
Wyatt.
that they have logic. They have no logic.
You have none. Uh, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. This was cool.
This was cool.
It was pretty cool. I'm not too big a fan of Bray Wyatt having these matches because it's like when you see him in like the Firefly Funhouse persona, it's like it's intended for him to eat the pin. Although tonight kind of disproves that, but tonight is like a special one-off. Otherwise, I really don't like the Funhouse persona in matches. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
Uh, but during the match, Bray Wyatt gradually gets more and more sinister, breaking that persona, which once again, I don't like. I like two clear cut characters. I don't want that medium where you see Funhouse persona getting vicious and mean. Like it breaks the immersion for me.
Hmm.
Um, the match goes on. I mean, it's a decent match. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton have good chemistry in the ring,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
but I mean, the story's all over the ending. Uh, I it was I was in the group chat and I told you I was like, man, the match was seemingly in the middle. And I was like, dude, they got 2 minutes to rush this finish before they go off air because nowadays WWE is not allowed to overrun
Yeah.
11 o'clock. So they do, in fact, rush it. Uh, Randy Orton. gets a draping DDT, and he's lining up for the RKO. All of a sudden, the lights start to go down, and then you start raising the question, you're like, "What? No, that don't work." It's the same person. As the lights go down, Randy Orton finally hits the RKO as finally the lights all go out. When we come back, it's a close up shot of Randy still laying on Bray, but when they pan over to Bray, it's actually the Fiend. And the Fiend comes to life, mandible claw. So this confused the shit out of Jess. Because I was like, Jess, it was pre taped. But she's like, but it's live. I'm like, well, they're running a pre taped footage on a live show. I was like, he didn't change wardrobe that fast.
Could you imagine if he did?
Oh man, that'd be ungodly.
That'd
But
be crazy.
who was it? Someone said they thought it was a body double. They thought it was Bo Dallas was in the Fiend's costume.
Oh, I don't remember who in our chat said it, but I do remember them saying that.
Yeah, I think it was Bama. No,
I think it was
it wasn't
Bama.
Bo Dallas. It was just pre-taped. They cut to black and then they ran pre-taped footage.
Yeah.
But that is kind of cool now that that's canon. That if those lights go down, the Fiend can emerge no matter where Bray is at that moment. So
Hmm.
that's kind of cool. That could be a way to save Bray from eating a couple pins too. Or no, because you could really only do this. Like you can't overdo this.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
do this all the time.
no.
Um, I will pose a question. What does Randy become after this?
As far as the interaction with the Fiend.
Well, like character wise, typically after someone eats a mandible claw, they switch, like character
Yeah.
wise. So like where does Randy go from here? Like what does his character become?
Ooh, that's a good one.
As long just bring back his old theme song. I'm down. I
You
don't
know
care if his
he
character changes at all.
he goes on record that he hates that theme song.
Okay, well I love it, so I don't care.
No, I like it too. I like it too. If I remember correctly, like Randy's gone on record saying that he hates that song.
Oh, the theme it
No,
was such a banger.
his characters his characters like has never really changed as it has like just evolved over time. He's never had like straight up gimmicks. Um,
I
like
mean, you could say the Legend Killer was his gimmick, but he already brought that back.
yeah, I don't know, man. What if he just unveils something completely new? He comes out as like Spirit Squad Randy Orton.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Oh man. I don't know. You do raise a good question, but Randy Orton has always kind of just had like this one character, and it's just like it's just depends where the dial is at with him. Between sleepy,
Yeah.
bored Randy Orton to like turned all the way up, like super motivated and entertaining Randy Orton.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's mainly why I asked because I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a goofball Randy Orton though. He
And
is
jumping up doing the splits.
yeah, doing the star. Oh man. I don't know. It's a good question. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, if you like the show, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Share this. Leave a rating or review if you're listening on the audio version. And of course, remember to hit us up on Twitter. Myself at the Kai Tai Show. The show at Smack Draw Pod. And then Katie, what's your Twitter handle?
Katie Rasslin, WRASSLIN, no G13. Nailed
Yeah.
it.
If you get lost with that, don't worry. It's in the description, or you can always check out the
It's
YouTube stream.
yeah. I'm somewhere.
But once again, like always, man, thank you guys. And until next time, y'all have a good one.
Bye.